will show you 2 DIY planters that you can set up on your balcony and grow vegetables and herbs in rows. They're set up at waist level so you can tend your garden without bending or working on your knees. The soil in my planter is about 5 inches deep, and you can adjust it to be deeper since the shell is just made of fabric. More details on that at this time code. For this soil depth, you can grow a variety of shallow root veggies. So here are some that's been growing in my balcony garden. Number 1, spinach. Spinach is one of the easiest vegetables to grow, and once they sprouted, you can eat them as microgreens, throw them into your salads. So I don't thin them out. I find that there are always some stronger plants and some slower growing ones. And once the bigger plants get harvested, some of the slow growers will rise up and take its place. The variety I'm growing is called Pak Khom Chai Dang in Thai, which translates to red heart or red centered spinach. So the cool thing about this is when you cook it, the sauce or the soup will have a tinted pink color. Next is ChoySum, or in Thai we call this Pak Guang Tong, so it's like Canton vegetable. I like to harvest this with the daikon greens, and I add them to my hot pots, suki soup thing. Next is Chinese broccoli, Dai Lan, or in Thai is called Pat Kana. These kind of grow slowly, but they're the right amount to make Pat Siu. I also grow mints, and they're great for making tea or just as a garnish for my soda drinks. I did a batch of green onions, but I harvested them the wrong way. Like I cut the whole stalk off and they all died. Basil is doable. This is, in Thai we call this horapa, the Thai sweet basil, and I use them to make pesto. It will grow to about 6 inches and it will start to flower. However, if you grow it in a deeper pot, it will grow much bigger. Before you begin the DIY, please check to see if your balcony structure is strong enough. To build this planter, I used 3 triangle wall anchor. The legs are 40 centimeters long. And if I remember correctly, they each can hold up to 70 kilos as the maximum load. So I screw the anchors onto the wall in intervals, and then I tied the bamboos on top of the anchor. These bamboos are used for building scaffolding in construction sites. To figure out how much fabric you need, you wrap a measuring tape or a piece of string around the bamboo, and then you create a measure as you go. And when you reach the end, you add about 3 inches as allowances. And I cut the fabric about 40 to 50 centimeters wider than the original width because I need extra length to create the sides, which are roughly 6 inches deep. I wrap gardening wires over the fabric onto the bamboo. For this step, you need an awl to poke holes into the fabric. And I've also tried using just plain sewing pins, and I tack them on at intervals, like tight intervals, and they surprisingly hold up, so it's a faster way to do it. The sides are just folded and pinned in place. So you can be fancy and fold them neatly into triangles, but really no one will see it, so you don't have to do it. The fabric I use is a water-resistant one. It keeps the soil from escaping when you water your plants, because you don't want to water your plants and, make a mess on the floor. However, you also want to poke holes like 2 inches above the bottom so that water can escape if you get like a heavy rainstorm, so that your plants won't drown. And the second one is actually a hack. I have an old drying rack which is made in the 90s. It's a very strong build. I'm not sure if the newer models will hold up to the weight, because for this one I think I use 3 bags of potting soil, which I mix with cocoa coir to make it to increase the volume and make it less heavy. You have to calculate the weight of the soil to see if your drying rack will hold up to it. And don't forget, you also have to water the plant. For this size, I use about 1.5 liter of water each time. So that's how I make my DIY planters, and thanks for watching. See you next time. Stay safe. Bye bye.